So let's continue talking about combining functions. And in this next part, this is the back of that worksheet. It actually gets a little simpler in a way. So you know that if you have a function f of x, and it's defined like this, that would be a rational function, right? If you want to find what is f of -2 equal, think about what that means, right? You're just plugging in -2 for x. So okay, so I leave you to do that. You can certainly answer that question, but it's really not what we're talking about here. Then what we're talking about is what if we've combined functions, then how do we put numbers in, right? And so we're going to look at this next one. So it's f is the square root of x plus 1, and g is 2 divided by x, okay? So if we're looking for the f plus g of 3, sure, we could add f of x and g of x and have those in terms of x and then plug in 3. Or we also could do, that would equal the f of 3 plus the g of 3. And that might be easier to do sometimes because then you're just working with numbers. We'll see. Okay? So the f function with 3 plugged in would be the square root of 3 plus 1. And then the g function would be 2 divided by 3. All right, so the square root of 3 plus 1, that's the square root of 4. So that's 2 plus 2/3, which you could simplify just to be 2 and 2/3. Be fine. Oops, I said 2 and 2/3. I wrote something else. All right, if you're doing the f minus g of 4, it's probably easier to plug it in as the f of 4 minus the g of 4. This is optional. I mean, you don't have to do it that way. You could really find the f minus g in terms of x and then plug in the 4 as well. So this would be the square root of 4 plus 1 minus 2 over 4. So this would be the square root of 5, which I would just probably leave as the square root of 5, minus 1/2. No further simplification needed. The f times g of 2 is the same as the f of 2 times the g of 2. So the f of 2 is the square root of 2 plus 1, and the g of 2 is 2 divided by 2. Okay, so this is the square root of 3, and 2 over 2 is 1. So this is equal to the square root of 3. And then finally, the f divided by g of 1 would be the f of 1 divided by the g of 1. And so that's looking like the square root of 1 plus 1 divided by 2 divided by 1. See, this is probably the one where it's simpler to do it this way because 2 over 1 is just 1. So this is the square root of 2 divided by the number 2. Okay.